Ayubowan, Vanakkam, Namaste, and a very good day to everyone. I'm Vimuri Migoda from Sri Lanka. Today, I'm your host on behalf of the International Association for Quality Education. The International Association for Quality Education is a non-profit international organization working with educators across the globe to enhance the quality of education and contribute to achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. The International Project for Capacity Development in Education has been implemented alongside the International Conference Series on Quality Education. This international project serves as a platform for educational professionals to share the best practices, research findings, and competencies with all stakeholders in the field of education. Additionally, the platform acts as a virtual learning space for young educators to acquire new knowledge and grow as professionals in the education sector. Today, we are honored to have a very special speaker with us, Mrs. Padmaja YV. Ma'am is from India and she is an international teacher trainer, content and curriculum developer, reading readiness coach, and she has more than 13 years of experience in teaching kindergarten. Today, she will be discussing Math Foundation concepts for early childhood education. I believe this will be a very engaging and relevant topic for all of us. Namaste, ma'am. I would like to warmly invite you to begin the session.
Namaste to all the teachers present here. In spite of tomorrow's, Children's Day celebration, you are present here. Thank you so much for that. And on my behalf, I want you all teachers to convey all kiddos happy Children's Day. With this, I would like to start today's session. And today, as math foundational skills are very important for kids. We often focus on number recognition and counting. But beneath all that, three invisible, building blocks that will determine how confidently children will step into mathematics. That is, those three building blocks are classification, seriation, and one-to-one correspondence. Today's session will give you a deeper understanding plus practical ways to strengthen these in your classroom. Let's begin. I'll share the screen. Once again, welcome you all to the International Project for Capacity Development of ECCD teachers in South Asian countries. As you know, today's subject is laying the foundation for math. There are pre-number concepts. Namaste. To introduce myself, I am Padmaja YV. I am very much known to you and I am very passionate about early childhood and I always love working with kids. And I am a reading readiness coach. As today's topic is all about laying the math foundation correctly. It is all about the pre-number concepts, that is classification, seriation, and one-to-one correspondence. Why these number concepts are very important and why will that matter? It is all because it will build the logical thinking and it will lay the foundation for numbers. Also, it will lay the foundation and develop the language. It is not, see, language is very important while you are learning math too. Excuse me, pardon me. Sorry for the interruption. Yes, why pre-number concepts matter a lot is because building logical thinking, and then it will lay the foundation for numbers. Also, it will develop the language and also the problem solving skills. Also, when these pre-number concepts are learned properly in the right way, children, wherever if there are early gaps, if it is not learned properly, the early gaps will lead to the later math. It will not be able, children will not be able to understand the other concepts very well. Yes, here I am showing you the roadmap, what all we are going to learn in this session. It will be about the quick definition, what is seriation, classification, and one-to-one correspondence. We teachers will be all doing these concepts very well in the class, but somewhere we may miss and we just think, oh, this is important, and we will jump to numbers. But pre-number concepts are very important. When you lay this as a foundation, definitely children will understand other later on when they step into grade 1, definitely they will learn the math concepts very well. And how we are going to learn these three concepts is 9 professional lenses we are going to look into. This is, in quick, what are all we are going to include in these topics we are going to learn. And then when it comes to classification, seriation, one-to-one correspondence, we are going to in detail, in depth, how we have to present to the kids, how we can include it to the other themes also, we are going to learn here. Next is scaffolding and assessment. At the end, we are going to wrap up the session. This is all about today's session we are going to deep dive into. Yes, what is classification? It is all about grouping the objects by shared attributes. Group the objects. For example, if I give different color of blocks, children have to separate them. Red color, blue color, yellow, and white. Whatever the color we have mixed, and they will have to separate them into groups. Okay, this is called sorting. Seriation. Next is seriation. Arranging the objects in sequence based on property. For example, big to small, small to big. We will have to give the concepts clearly, tell the children so that they should be able to do. This is called seriation. Next is one-to-one correspondence, matching one object to the other object. For example, for one child, there is one chair. One-to-one correspondence. This is called one-to-one correspondence. These concepts we are expert in doing, but as a theory and how we are going to implement in other themes also, if we look into, definitely when it in stream, now which we from STEM to STEAM, and then now what we are calling is stream, that math, logical thinking will be covered properly. I told you about the 9 professional lenses. What are they? They are cognitive block, developmental stage, diagnostic probe, and misconceptions or the errors, whatever it is there. Scaffolding move. Scaffolding is the one, if some concept, if we are teaching, how we are going to divide them part by part, that we are going to learn. And then tired activities, assessment, and extension. These are the 9 professional lenses we are looking into for each section, that is classification section, seriation section, and one-to-one correspondence section. For all of them, we are going to keep all these elements, and how we are going to implement, let us see. When it comes to classification, it is when it is a cognitive block, how we are going to cover this, it is all by sticking one attribute. For example, how I told, it is the property. For example, if I have given the blocks, I am asking about about to separate all the blocks of same color. Here, same color is the property, that is attribute. Okay. Next, developmental stage. When it is 4 years, okay, you will ask, you separate blue color. If it is 5 years child, we are going to implement different attributes, multiple things. How? You can ask children to, sort all the triangles in blue color, squares in yellow color. Like this, if you ask children, here there are, one is same color also they will have to identify. They will have to identify the shapes. Okay. This is all about the developmental stage. Next is diagnostic probe. Can you sort these differently? Instead of me saying that you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to separate these, instead of that, what we can do is, we can ask children themselves, can you sort these differently? Is there any possibility that, just a minute, I request all the participants to please mute your audios. Thank you. Okay. This is all about the diagnostic probe. Next is misconception or errors. What it could be is grouping by looks, not the rules. We need not tell kids always to do this, do that. If we give them, they will definitely do it. We will have to wait for that. We as teachers should be observing rather than always telling them to do the work that we expect them to do. Next is move is all about what else is the same. The child might have sorted all the triangles which is blue in color, but what else is the same that we can do? When we start asking the open-ended questions, child will start thinking, and that leads to logical thinking and reasoning. What is the tired activities that we can do is basic to intermediate to invent. Assessment is single. Now, whatever the activity just I told, the same thing can be given as an assessment also, but the child should be familiar with the sorting activity. Then the same thing can be given as an assessment. in a different way. Instead of giving blocks, the child can do with other objects. And extension is when the child knows to sort. When the child moves to grade 1, child will be able to do the data handling concepts and also sets when the child is ready with the classification section. For this, instead of always with the basic, children, you have to sort the colors. Instead of saying that, when we start giving the question after the question, open-ended questions, definitely the child will understand the concepts better. Then classification as visual examples you can see here. Here there are buttons which is small and big. Just we were speaking about only the colors and shapes, but also when we ask children to sort which is big, which is small, they will understand better. Here again, the leaves, different types of leaves. They can sort which is brown in color, which is green in color, which is of the same shape. When we start giving with the natural objects, children will definitely enjoy, and it would be eco-friendly, sustainable development, as well as teachers need not always sit and prepare the materials. Here you can see the different colors. The child can sort it out. Next comes seriation. Seriation is all about the, as I said, the child has to place it in order. For example, if I mix all the numbers, the child has to sequentially place them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But when it comes to pre-number concepts, before they sequence the numbers, they also should know how to sequence the objects. Okay, here what would be the cognitive block in the child is, since the child know to sort, that is all about the grouping, here they will get confused in ordering. When it comes to order, for example, what we can do is place triangle, then square. Next again triangle, square. With these activities, child will be able to develop the skill. When it comes to developmental stage, 4 years child can do with the 3 objects. 5 years of child will should be able to flexibly complete the whatever the activity you have given, they should be able to sequence it. Next, how do you promote, how do you ask children is what comes next. Now I have placed triangle and the square, and then again there is a triangle. After triangle, what should I keep it? Is it a square or a rectangle, or how is it? When we start asking more and more questions to the kids, definitely they will come up and they will be able to understand the concept better. Next is, what is the misconception? It is treating as sorting. They should not treat this as a sorting or grouping. They should understand the concept very well, seriation. Here the block starts. Sorting is easy, but when it comes to seriation, it is little bit tricky, but we will have to enhance the concept very well in the classroom. Next, how we are going to scaffold is, let's line them up. Then tired activity, what we can do is 3 sticks, full line and reverse. I'll show in the activity. Okay. Assessment is with the few objects you can start showing the kids, and then next extend, and then again you can give to the next level, it is new sets. Extension is number line and measurement. When the seriation is properly understood by the kid, definitely the child will understand number line better and measurement easily. For example, even in the kitchen, if we ask children to line up the boxes, how how the mother would have lined up all the boxes in the kitchen, you can ask kids, is it up and down, or how is it? It is from small to big, neatly arranged, isn't it? In a sequence it is arranged, or it is in a zigzag way. How is it? If we start asking kids in the day to day life, definitely children will understand and they will relate the concepts to their daily life and apply it. Application is very important for us. What happens is, we will, with the help of worksheet or with the help of blocks, we will do the activity, but the child must be able to apply this to daily life. That is very important. Here, as I said in the first picture, is there a sequence? Is there a sequence? The last second stick is not proper, isn't it? When we start asking kid, instead of saying this is wrong, what we can do is, child, can you see there is one stick which is little smaller than the longest stick? Can you think and place it in a proper way? This is how we will have to probe. You will have to ask questions to the children, so that they will keep on thinking, and they will get the answer by themselves. Next is 1-to-1 section. Here it is building the foundational mathematical thinking. 1-to-1 correspondence, as I said, if I am there, for me it is one chair. I cannot take two chairs and sit on both the chairs at the same time. Okay, this is all about the correspondence. Prepare the children for counting and number concepts. When it comes to one-to-one correspondence, here the cognitive block is skipping, double matching. Children will not be able to do it. Not every child, but we will have to make the child understand better. There will be some block in the kids. All right. In the developmental stage, if it is for 4 years child, matching, if we start giving matching, child will understand it. If it is for 5 years child, stable counting should be given. What you can ask is, give one to each teddy. You can place 5 teddies, and you can give some chocolates, or you can ask children to stand in a line and give one after the other. If there are 5 chocolates, you have distributed equally. Child must know it is the equal distribution when it comes to one-to-one correspondence. If the child is having 10 chocolates. Okay, you asked to give one chocolate each. But can you try giving other one more chocolate for all the 5 kids? Or if you have given 8 chocolates to the kid, you asked to distribute 2 each, and how many is remaining? 3 more chocolates is remaining. What will you do with this? When you start prompting the questions, children will, they'll be able to think better. What is the misconception is uneven matching, as I told now. Scaffolding move is check. Does each have one? Or as I said, if there were 8 chocolates, again, if I ask them to distribute, only 3 children will get two chocolates. Isn't it? When they get two chocolates, what happens? It is uneven for the other 2 kids. They start crying, isn't it? We should make them understand one-to-one correspondence is all about equal distribution. Then what is about the activities that we can give is cups, snacks, games. Assessment is matching, counting, and self-correction is important. What happens when you teach all these one-to-one correspondence very well is child will be able to count better, and then it will help for addition and subtraction. Building the bridge. Here you can see there is one cup and saucer, and also the other side there is one cup and saucer. But if I give one cup and saucer and the other side only cup, will that match? No. Alright. One-to-one correspondence should be there. And if cup is there, saucer is also one-to-one correspondence. For 5 teddy bears, equal distribution is important. Peer matching, encouraging all these activities will help children to, one-to-one visuals. With all these, when you teach all these 3 concepts properly, classification, seriation, one-to-one correspondence, with these, these may be 3, but when we into sub, if we go on, it can be big, small, long, short, tall, short, then far, near. All these sub concepts must be explored and teach every concept, facilitate every concept as much as possible to the kids. If it is for 4-year kid, it will be big and small. But if it is for 5-year-old kid, it will be big, bigger, biggest. Small, smaller, smallest. These concepts must be implemented. Of course, we teachers will be doing nth number of activities for all these concepts. But when we keep it in mind, this is for logical thinking, this is for logical reasoning. When we keep in mind and do the activity with purpose, definitely you'll be able to achieve what you want or what you expect the kids to do. Definitely that will be achieved. Then, as it comes to all these 3 concepts, if it has to be summarized, classification is all about grouping, group. Okay, seriation is all about ordering. One-to-one is all about matching. Okay, How you can extend the activity or how you can help children to think in a different way is all about. When it comes to classification, you ask children to sort it differently. Instead of saying, sometimes you can say with colors, sometimes you can say with the shapes, sometimes you can say with the, after threading, you can do it in a different patterns. All right, this is all about classification. When it comes to seriation, what will come next? When it comes to one-to-one correspondence, how many children are having how many chocolates? It is one each. It is all about the equal distribution. How we are going to extend these topics may not be in pre-primary, but definitely in India, we do implement all these activities for 5-year kid, whatever I am saying about the extension. We do give data handling for the 5-year-old kid, then seriation, number line also we uh, in for the 5-year-old kid we start number line, counting, everything is extension of this classification, seriation and one-to-one correspondence. So when these three topics is, it is completely helping children to register every concept, if it is a big, small, or if it is long, short, tall, short, all these concepts when you give clearly, and now and then if you start implementing in everything, definitely the child will be able to think logically. Okay, as I told, scaffolding, this is the you know four step that you will have to implement, that is observe, model, prompt, extend. Do not give everything, you have to do this. As I said, you have to sort the colors, you have to sort triangles. See, for the first level, definitely this is needed. But once the child understands the concept, what we will have to do is watch the children and natural approaches and identify their current understanding level. Each child is different. Some children, without knowing the concepts, they will be able to, sort them better, group them better. They will be able to order better. They may not be knowing the names properly, but definitely they will be able to do it because visual thinkers are doing better in doing all these. But once who are not able to do it, give them little prompts, model them, demonstrate them. It is all about I do, teacher, I do. Next, children, we do. It is all about the teams, we do. The next is you do. Alone, the child should be able to do it. So, model them, demonstrate them clearly. Okay. And then prompt. If the child is very intelligent, smart, you give the next level activity for them. Once they are familiar with all the concepts, you extend. Challenge the children with more complex applications. Once they are mastered or they achieved what you expected. Okay. The activities is all about basic, intermediate, and challenge. It should be first basic. Okay. Then intermediate. The child understood and you can go for the next level. Once the child basically understood the concept, and if the child intermediates, then can go for challenging level. This is all about the, when it comes to rubric, it is all about emerging. If the child is at the basic level, the child is still emerging. If the child is intermediate, without your assistance the child is able to do, means the child is developing. And if the child is able to you know take up the challenges and do all the activities without your assistance and with independence, the child has mastered the concept. This is the rubric. When you start keeping these rubrics, you will be able to assess better. And when you start assessing the child, you will know, oh, child is still at the basic level, so I will have to prompt the child to go to intermediate level. Next, what is the link? As in every concept, I spoke about how it will affect. When it comes to classification, it is all about data. When it comes to seriation, it is all about number line. It will link to the math concepts. So the foundation is important. The pre-number concepts are very important. Strong roots builds confident math learners. When it comes to classification, children will be able to understand. If the child is much understood the concept, the child will be able to do data handling better, sets, sorting algorithms. Then seriation is, it links to measurement, number line, sequencing. And when it comes to one-to-one correspondence, counting, addition, operations, and place value, all these concepts in future, that when the child enters to grade 1, they will be able to do better. So these pre-number concepts are very, very important. Here the key takeaways are: foundations before numbers matters a lot. Observe, scaffold, tier, assess. So that when you start assessing and understanding at what level the child is, you can bring up the child, then build thinking skills, not just routine. With this, I thank you for your patience being here. Thank you so much, teachers.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Sure.
Yeah, and we would be waiting another interesting session from you. So namaste and good night
Sure.
for you.
Thank you. Namaste.
Fly so high, I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through.